So, for this section of video, we're going over the drop and roll and moving into drop and roll with an exit. The exit is going to be an important aspect as the athlete will need to use good acceleration mechanics to get away from the opposing player. These mechanics will be hard to attain if the first couple of steps from the drop and roll are not executed efficiently.
So with the drop, you want to start in an athletic position with the knees and hips slightly bent. When an athlete is executing the drop, he is pivoting off the opposite leg to the side he wants to turn. This is on his back leg. The leg that is on the side the athlete wants to turn is going to be called his lead leg. When the athlete pivots off his back leg, he will use his lead leg to open up and turn his hips. There should be minimal air time before the lead foot is planted, with the back foot on the ball of the foot and the body weight going towards the lead leg. Moving into the roll, the athlete will turn his shoulders and his upper body into the direction that he wants to go. He'll pivot on both the back foot and the lead foot to bring the body and the hips around, keeping the chest down and shifting all the body weight towards the lead leg. As we have previously been over these movements, and just now given a brief summary of the drop and the roll, we can take two movements, which we've learnt separately, and we combine them together to create fluid motion. When the athlete performs both moves simultaneously, the upper body rotates in conjunction with the hips rotating and the feet pivoting. It is important for the athlete to pivot when he's doing this movement and not keep his feet flat and stuck to the ground. This way they can avoid injuries to the knees, hips, ankles, and also put minimal strain on the athlete's back.
So when we add in the exit, we see the athlete does a good job of pivoting, getting his lead foot back into the direction he wants to go, getting his shoulders and upper body around, and accelerating off the line. Here, the athlete executes the drop and roll, but then he exits and accelerates away. Exiting out of the roll, the athlete will need to get his body round to the direction he wants to run. Once facing the right way, the athlete will need to use good acceleration techniques to speed away from the cone. This drill should be run at a slow pace the first couple of times to ensure good mechanics and good technique is used. The drop, roll and exit at a walking pace, then slowly build up speed when the movement is comfortable and controlled. The athlete will need to get used to getting their bodies round to face the direction they want to move without losing their balance. The first few times, the athlete may underturn or overturn as they get used to the movement.
For a successful execution of the exit, the athlete will need to pivot on bent knees to a half turn so he faces the opposite direction. The athlete needs to exit with the lead leg bent and a flat foot, with the back leg extending and pushing off his toes as he moves away from the line. It is important that when adding the exit, combining it with the drop and roll, the lead leg will need to step out further and be facing more in the direction the athlete wants to run. This will help get the rest of the body around and be able for the athlete to drive in the direction that he wants to accelerate. For the athlete to have good, fast acceleration, he will need to acquire certain body positions and movements to execute good acceleration. These include a good forward lean, big drive off the back leg, good knee drive on the front leg, the use of good arm swing, and he should accelerate for about 5 to 10 meters. When accelerating out of the roll, your steps should go from shorter, slower steps to longer, faster steps. There needs to be quick feet off the ground and should feel as if you're pushing off the ground with your back step every time. For this drill, we want to repeat the drop, roll and exit for about 3 to 4 reps, all to the left and all to the right, with good rest time in between the reps and sets to make sure the athlete doesn't get too tired. In this video, we can see similar movements performed by an athlete and using the skills to turn with a football.
Now we can compare the drill to a sport-specific example of our athlete performing the drill and the player playing with the ball. We can see how it compares on the drop, the roll, and the acceleration, and how they compare video to video. So then to summarise the drop, roll and exit. For the drop, pivot off the back leg, open up the hip with the lead leg. The roll, going to get the shoulder round and upper body round as well. Then for the exit, you're going to drive off the back foot with a good forward lean and good arm drive. And remember to push off the floor with each step.